Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Happy Hour podcast. Of course, we're 100% live on YouTube Live like we are each and every week. And of course, I'm Ray. I'm here every single episode. Of course, we will be celebrating 200 episodes coming up in the middle of December. So that will be coming up. And of course, Jeff Porrini is here with me. And Jerry Hula from Sheriff Pine, he's actually back. I think this is the first time Jerry has been back since the HHPod Rumble. And Jerry, I'm super interested in your beer Christmas gimmick that you have going on. And of course, our special guest, model, actress, DJ, a little bit of everything going on, Danika Wilde. She's joining us here on the show as well. How you doing, Danika? Oh, she's still on mute. Hold on, let's ask. I'm up there. We always mute out for the intro. So how you doing, Danika?
I'm doing pretty good. I'm happy to be here. Thank you for having me. How are you?
Oh, no problem at all. No problem at all. And so, Danika, you do modeling. So with your modeling stuff, have you ever, any of the times that you've ever been on set, taking any kind of photos or anything like that, have you ever had any kind of injuries? Like, let's say you're by the water, you're wherever you're doing something and you happen to slip, you hurt yourself. Have you had any injuries or anything like that, like doing the modeling stuff?
Honestly, I don't think so. I mean, I did go to one of my earlier sessions when I was still trying to build a name for myself. I went to a photo shoot with H1N1 back before I knew better. Went to the hospital after the photo shoot. Probably wasn't my smartest move, but so far, no, not injured on set.
And so with everything with your modeling and all that, is there anything like shoot wise that you've done that you kind of favor over anything else? Because of course your moniker is the Death Barbie or Death Barbie. So with Death Barbie, do you consider yourself the Death Barbie, or do you do death upon the Barbies? I feel like when you were a child, you would draw X's on the Barbies' eyes and you would dye their hair and you just break their necks and all that stuff, and you're just like, death to the Barbies. It's just some ritual of all these dead Barbies just laying around.
I'm a little bit proud that that's the idea that I give off, actually. I'm upset to tell you that the truth was I was a very girly girl with a very pink room and a whole lot of stuffies and just a little princess. So I like your idea better, but no. Honestly, I just kind of made a joke about it to a few people. I liked the way it sounded. This was only, I don't know, a year or two ago, so it's not like I really had put a ton of thought into it. I mean, the Danika thing I've been doing since 2009, so Death Barbie is relatively new, and I just kind of stuck because it sounded funny. I mean, my favorite things for both art and to shoot is more dark undertone. If I'm going to do vampire or something gothic or something more alternative, dark art appeals a lot more to me, so it kind of seemed like it went with that.
And of course you DJ as well. So is that the company right there on the shirt behind you that you DJ for? Is that the station?
Absolutely, yeah.
So what is it?
If you go to irockradio.me.
Okay. And how did you get into the did you DJ before you modeled? Did the modeling get you into the DJing, or?
No, I actually had never even considered it. I made a whole lot of contacts going to the cruise, my Shiprock cruise. I'm sure we'd probably talk about it at some point in this.
Yeah.
But I made some contacts there. They asked me, if I had ever tried it, if I had any interest, and music is my entire life, so absolutely. I wanted to jump on that. I am a super shy person, so I mean, I made sure they knew that going in.
Yeah.
But I just started this year. It's still pretty new. Just in April, I believe, is what I started. So it's been awesome so far, honestly. I didn't really think I'd ever do it, but it's been fun.
Well, you say you're a super shy person on the show. Nobody's shy, because if that's the case, I will just keep on running my mouth like crazy. So you don't have to worry about that here. So
so much appreciated.
So with the DJing thing, and so you do the whole thing. Do you do the whole, with the records and all that? No. So I'm
just the one that entertains you and talks in between songs, basically. Okay. Yeah.
So there's a whole team behind you.
Yeah, because I was about to say, a regular DJ, I never really see too many women DJs, and I was like, could there be a trick where you could use your breasts to do the whole, record,
It's
thing,
possible. Why not?
yeah. Like that would be a show within itself. Like imagine that. Like
There
somebody
would for
comes
sure be a
in.
niche for this. Yes.
Yeah. There's a niche for everything. Like that's the thing. Like, and what we're gonna do is Danika tonight. What we're gonna do is we're debuting a new segment. We're gonna do. So the new segment is called Words, 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 and what it's gonna be, and we're gonna do it a little bit later. We're each gonna say a word or a term, and I'm gonna punch all that into Google, and we're gonna see what we come up with from punching it all into Google. And if it's safe for work, then I'll show it here on YouTube Live. If not, I'll tell you guys, hey, you got to punch all this in, and we'll talk about it and describe it to everybody watching at home. Of course, we're also right here on Roku TV and Fire TV for those of you watching us there. And also for those of you watching us there, it dropped today. Our 2023 adventure to Exotica in New Jersey is now live on Roku and Fire TV. We had a lot of fun. Of course, we ran into that mutant Rob Lee. Love him to death. He's an acrobat. I call him a mutant because he was lifting me, like lifting people, all kinds of acrobatic poses, all that stuff. It was awesome. I threw all my plans away as soon as I met him. And I was like, you come with me. We're lifting people all day. So, it was completely crazy. And Jerry, man, welcome back to the show. I think is this the first time we've seen you since the Rumble? Oh, can't hear you, Jer.
Still haven't seen him since the Rumble.
Oh no. Oh no, we can't hear Jerry.
Oh no.
We can't hear Jerry. We can't hear you, Jerry. Jerry.
I'm sure it's funny whenever it is, Jerry.
Yeah, Jerry's gonna have to figure out his sound. So Jerry, we cannot hear you to save our life. So but no, so of course, the HHPod Rumble. We're going to have word about the next HHPod Rumble coming up.
All right, I got to figure it out.
Oh,
Sorry.
there we go, Jerry. What's up, man?
See, I've got it unmuted on Zoom, but I've got a audio device over here that's like my secondary, so I don't accidentally talk over somebody, and I didn't want to interrupt our guest, and so I had that on, and I forgot it. It's a big blue button versus red. I'm colorblind. I screwed it up. Sorry.
Hey, this is what happens when we're live, and that's what I like. I like just the train going off the tracks while it's in a blaze. While
Glad to be here for you.
Better story for
Glad
sure.
I could be here for you to do that.
And so Jerry, so the last time we saw you was what? I believe the HHPod Rumble, right? Or was it a little bit after that?
No. What I had attempted to do when I had no sound was that you had said the last time I was on was the Rumble, and that's because my Rumble appearance was not good. I didn't come in Rumble like this.
Yeah.
I would have liked to come into the Rumble like this, but very un-punk-esque. And I'm just really bad at those games that you guys play, and I just get slaughtered.
Hey, it happens, but we're always
it's fun. It is a lot of fun.
Yeah.
So I don't care. So.
And Jerry, you have a beer advent calendar, which you've been posting. And what's that first one that you have that came out of your beer advent? It's awesome. I've never seen one myself. So where did you get it, and what's the first beer that came out of that?
So it's all German beer. And a friend of mine, Jeffrey G, shout out to him. He picked it up for me at Costco down in Virginia, because Maryland you can't get that stuff there. And there really aren't any breweries that are doing advent calendars up in the state of Maryland. So
that is a good idea. Like for all of our brewery friends out there, do a beer advent calendar. Like even if it's little minis or something like that. Like I would come and grab one. Like when I saw Jerry's, I was like, I had instant erection. Like I was just kind of like, okay, you know what? I've never seen one of these. My wife's going on and on about the Sam's Club dog advent calendar. I'm like, no, I want the beer advent calendar. Like that's what I need. Is that called Hell?
Yeah, it's called Hell. It is it's a German beer called a Helles lager, and Helles means light in German, so it's a light 5% easy drinking lager. And it's good. It's from they're all German breweries, but this one's from let's see, I don't want to get it wrong. So from Private Brauerei Schnitzelbaumer It's in, I'm sure I butchered that anyway.
Yeah.
It's in Traunstein. It's in Bavaria, in Bavarian part of Germany. And I'll give it a sip here.
Send your hate
That's
mail.
beautiful. That
Jerry.
looks beautiful. And I was just getting ready to ask, like with German beer, is there really truly a light beer in Germany? Because I feel like they design their beer to kill you after drinking one because of how strong it is. Like
Usually not. Usually the opposite. Usually a lot of your European beers, your Czechs, your Germans, those are really light, easy drinking beers or lower ABV. Because the point is, I mean, you see them drinking it all day long. And if you're going to Oktoberfest and you're drinking those Steins all day long, you're not drinking the American 7.5, 8, 10, 15% beers. You're drinking 4 or 5% beers. You can drink it all day. So, yeah.
And see, speaking of which, because you're saying 4 or 5%, this one is 9%.
Yes,
and
yes,
so
a little heavy.
I'll do my featured beer right now, which is North Coast Brewing Old Rasputin Russian Imperial Stout. So that is our current featured beer, Old Rasputin, and you can see him with his little salute, I guess Putin or whatever. I don't know what the fuck he's doing on the front of this bottle. Like I don't know what the hell it is, but
you're drinking it.
He definitely looks like he's someone out of the Civil War or from
A little bit.
1670s or something like that, but not too bad. But 9% alcohol by volume, man. Like man, that's steep. So Danika, with the modeling, and we hop back and forth on this show. Just so you know, I jump from one thing to another. I'm always all over the place with your modeling. What has your favorite location that you've been to that you've modeled at?
Oh Lord. I haven't really traveled a ton for it. I never made it a career. It's just ever a hobby, right? So I always have, my full-time job or whatever.
Okay.
I did get to go to Yellowknife twice, which was pretty cool. It was cold as hell. Like I'm already in Canada, and to me it was cold as hell. It was the first time I have ever ate breakfast in a restaurant and could not feel my toes. And
oh my God.
It was beautiful though, honestly. But no, there's so much more I need to see.
And of course, the reason I ask is because Jerry, you were just in Egypt. Am I wrong? You were just in Egypt. Like, could you imagine like doing modeling
there
stuff
now
in
in
Egypt? Like that would be like you would go from being freezing cold to Egypt just being deathly hot. Just
I would die. I have a ton of Egyptian tattoos, and I'm obsessed with Egypt. So I'm so jealous.
Yeah, this is off seasons. It's cooler there now. Although when we were in Aswan, which is southern Egypt, you would have not known it because they were constantly apologizing for the fact that it was unseasonably hot for this time of year, which was over 100 degrees, like 110, 120. Every day that we were in Aswan, it was brutal, and they were so apologetic that that's not how it normally is. But we got some warm weather.
Jerry, how was the beer up there? Did they have like a good beer selection over in Egypt?
No. I basically had about 4 beer choices. One of them was Heineken.
Okay.
I drank more Heineken than I care to drink. Don't want to drink any more Heinekens anymore. But Heineken was kind of there on the level, and then you're like, oh, and then we had like Sakura Gold, and they had another version of it. It was a Stella, but it's not the Stella that we know. That's Stella Artois. It's just a Stella Lager, and it was not very good either. And then a few other steps down. So it was definitely hard to drink good beer while I was there.
So they had like, I guess there was like no craft, like Egypt doesn't have their own beer, like no beer made out of like pharaoh blood or like any.
It's like 85% Muslim over there, Ray, and Muslims don't drink by religion. So little hard to start a brewery and have a big business like that over there in Egypt.
I think it would be huge. That 15%.
There's got to be a percentage.
That would sell to that 15%. So
and they would gorge on that too, man. They would get in there like the 15%, like, oh, this is heaven. So that'd be busy as shit.
Well, isn't there like with Egypt? So I'm guessing Egypt, and let me know if I'm culturally ignorant or not. But Egypt, they have like, I guess, pyramids and all that over there too, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so what about in the pyramids? They do like a concession stand in the pyramids, and they put beer, like just custom made, like pyramid beer. And because I mean, if I'm going to go see the pyramids, like I think it's going to be cool, but if I'm kind of parched or whatever and all, I feel like it would be more fun drunk. Like, so, that's the
It's
whole
too
thing.
hot.
Yeah. They're just like, Ray, no, you can't crawl into that like sarcophagus, like casket or whatever. Yeah, leave me alone. I'm gonna get in here and just slide the thing over myself or whatever. Like it's so. I mean, imagine that. Like you're just sitting there taking photos.
Dude, I could show you. I could show you pictures, but there's no screen sharing going on in this thing. But I had pictures. I had some pictures prepared, and the spaces are tight inside the pyramid.
Really?
Very tight. Some of them more so than others.
I unlocked screen share for everybody. So if you do want to show some photos,
some of them were, it was a question of, do you really want to go in there? I know when we went to the when we were in Socorro and we were looking at like the red pyramid and the black pyramid and things like that, we didn't go in the bent pyramid because we climbed all the way up the side of the mountain and it was hard to get up the side of this
what
pyramid.
was it called?
It was the bent pyramid that we went into, but the red pyramid we didn't go into, and this was in Socorro. And we get to the top, and there's a lot of people that mind these national monuments and all. So there's a couple of guys at the entrance that are Egyptian, and you could tell they hadn't seen people in maybe the whole day, and they were very excited to see us. And so we thought, hey, we want to see, and they shine this light down this shaft that the light just disappeared. It didn't hit the end.
Nope,
it just disappeared. And it's really tight. And my buddy starts to get in and we're thinking about it. And I'm asking the guy, and the guy goes, it's 188 meters straight into the pyramid. Not even straight. It changes angles and things and all like that. And I like instantly have thoughts of Shawshank Redemption when he climbed out that pipe hole. And I'm going, and the guy said there's a lot of bats in there. So, there's bat guana everywhere and it's tight to begin with. And I was just like, dude, we might get like, I don't know, 50, 60 feet in. You can't see anything. And then just kind of freak out because you just don't know how much further you got to go to get to something.
Yeah, you're leaving that with superpowers. That's like a villain origin story waiting to happen.
Yeah, well, like we opted out. We were like, we looked at it, we looked at him, and I'm like, we'll go to that other one. We'll go to that other red pyramid, and we'll climb. They say that's really hard. We'll go to that one.
And you said you had some photos or whatever of some of the ones in Egypt.
Let me see. While you guys are chatting it up, let me let me pull some stuff because I was it was like I said, it was awesome, and it was an amazing experience that I think sometimes you forget that you're in a third world country. And
when you brought up like the guys that were like kind of like, I guess, guarding the pyramids or whatever and all that, I was waiting for you to say that their orders were shoot to kill. Like if someone fucks off at the pyramid, they're just shooting you in the face and just walking away. They're just kind of like, all right, well, somebody's going to be finding this body down in this dark shaft with all these bats in like 700 years. Like this is what the mummy's going to be.
Well, I will tell you that there is a notable, shall we say, military presence. It looks like it's military, but it's their police. Okay. And my friend warned me ahead of time so we wouldn't be shocked. But it was interesting because they're in full body armor and AK-47s and behind, metal shields or in tanks. I mean, for us, it would look like military. But let's see if I can do a little screen share on this thing here.
And of course, we're here on a live stream. Jason, Jerry, he asked, what was your favorite thing to do in Egypt?
This was just so much to see. It was just awesome. So there's a shot there. That's a shot of my buddy Mark's ass as he's climbing up one of the areas of the pyramids. This is in.
God, that is tight.
This is in the Great Pyramid in Giza. So, let's see. That's he's out of sight there.
I will be so claustrophobic in that.
Yeah, that lot of people are
Yeah.
claustrophobic. My buddy who lives there and he took us on this trip, he's like, yeah, some of these I just can't do. So that's a shout out to my buddy Mark. He's just in that crouched in that way, that light's behind him. So
How hot was it in Egypt, and how hot was it when you were inside?
inside the pyramids, it's just so hot. I mean, you're in the middle of the desert, and now you're inside an enclosed giant object that's just heating up as it goes on. But we went through all this to get to this inner sanctum in here in this room where these people are, and then there's a little altar there. So my buddy Mark hopped behind there and did a couple of poses and things. But yeah, some of the spaces they're tight.
Nice. Not like it's the kind of thing, if you fall down those steps were weird. Like if you fall down those, are you like paralyzed forever? Like, I mean, is it like a straight drop? Because it looked like that the steps kind of went straight instead of angled like arrows. Like I feel like if you lose your footing, like you're just like pit falling like straight down.
Yeah, there were definitely, I mean, there's a lot of up that you have to do. But there's definitely some kind of going down where you're trying not to slip and, be the guy that just slides all the way to the bottom and takes everybody out along the way.
And of course, we're here on a YouTube live, and our stream's rocking and rolling. So make sure if you're here, make sure you comment in the live feed. I always go back to it every so often. Of course, Heavy Metal Vine said Danika, and they said I rock because Danika rocks, and it says Monster.
Yes.
And so Jason said something about your tattoo, Danika, the one on your arm. He said he likes the one on your arm. What exactly is the tattoo on your arm?
It is an angel over a tombstone with some flowers and obviously a ship wheel from my dad.
Okay, nice. Of course, you're one of those tattooed girlies, and like it's funny because I didn't bring up last episode. I actually meant to. Is I spent my Black Friday getting more tattoo work done. And Danika, I'm not sure if you have any back tattoos, but I was having back work done, and I didn't realize how fucking hard it is to take care of like back tattoos and shit. So this is actually like what I was having done. So let me just go ahead and get it. I'll show you like what the back is actually turning into. And I think Jeff, you might have seen
I've seen
one of these photos before, but for anybody watching for the first time that doesn't follow us on social media, I'm going to pull up what my back is now, and then I'm going to explain what it's going to become. So let me just go ahead and get this ready on the share screen. Boom.
That whole itchy healing phase that you can't reach is wonderful.
That is what it currently looks like. That is my back right now.
Yeah. You're a horror fan for sure. That's sweet.
Yeah. So and it's funny because like I have this. So right here around this area right here is going to be a big giant Crystal Lake sign, all that stuff. Of course, him tearing through from one of the, I think it was the Jason Takes Manhattan. He's tearing through right there. And then of course I have a little bit of stuff left like all along here.
That's gonna hurt.
So we might do like a couple of like other masks right here. And then down here and in the tramp stamp area, I have this area. So we're going to put a boat here with the lake, overshining the lake. And Jason's going to be emerging from the lake at the very bottom. So there's still at least like, I think 10 or 12.
Just make sure he's emerging like off center,
Yeah, like him coming, and someone was like, well, why don't you do him coming out from the first movie and grabbing the girl? And I was like, that would be cool, but I don't know, like Sackhead Jason made it. I don't really give really much of a shit about his mom. Like, I don't know, like for me, Friday the 13th is Jason. So, that's what, so I was like, I don't really care about kid Jason, but yeah, him just kind of, there was an image I saw from the game that came out. I don't know if you played Friday the 13th, the game, but there was an image of him standing there just walking out of the water, and it was awesome. And I was like, maybe we'll use that image coming through. So Danika, of course, you're tatted up. How many tattoos you have? How many hours have you put into getting work done?
I mean, there's still lots of space left. I mean, it's not, compared to a lot of people, it's really not that much, but I don't know, probably 25 or something, but some are small, right? So I don't know, it's been a while since I actually looked at it that way.
I mean, shit, like my arm, like both of my arms are pretty much done. This arm's done up to here. This arm's done all the way up. Got all that on my back. I have one on my calf and one down on my ankle or whatever. So I'm filling up relatively
Nice.
good.
It's
I think I
addicting.
have like close to like 50, maybe 60 hours.
Yeah,
in
I hear
total
it. I heard it
work.
addicting also.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Oh, yeah. It sure is. Once you get one. And Danica, do you have any of yours? Are there any that are your favorite?
Yeah, for sure. Have you if you snooped any of my pictures on the internet, you might already see this, but if you know Queen of the Damned, I have
Oh,
her
yeah, I
tattooed on my
did
leg.
see that.
So I have others that are more meaningful sentimental wise, I guess, but I'm too obsessed with the Akasha one, so I think that's my fave.
And so what we're going to do is, of course, on this show, we're not one of those basic question answer type shows. We have a lot of gimmicks, a lot of games, a lot of,
Yeah.
weird things that we do. So Danica, what we're going to get into, and of course, anybody who's seen the preview, I put like a little rundown. So what we did in October, we did a gimmick that we did with all of our female guests that we called Smash or Dash. And what we did is we showed 15 photos of some of the most grotesque, iconic horror movie villains. And we're like, would you smash or would you dash? And of course, poor Tarman from Return of the Living Dead did not fare too well. Michael Myers won the whole thing. So now we're going to do it again, but with a Christmas theme. It is the 12 smash or dashes of Christmas. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to show 12 photos up on the screen, and you just say whether you would smash, whether you would dash. And we'll have a little bit of fun with that. So all right, so let's see. So here's the first one. All right, let me get this ready, and we will rock and roll with that. There's that. And
Number one is Jeff.
This is being weird. All right, so here's the first one. What about Jack Skellington? Would you smash or dash Jack Skellington? I know he's a really thin guy, like really little man. Like
for sure, smash. That's so sweet.
Okay. Yeah, I feel like Jack is very, very desirable. And
Yeah, he's got a cuddle layer for sure.
Yeah. The second one is Krampus, old school Krampus. But this is that mean Krampus with whatever that is that he had, like some sort of leaks, that long tongue. I don't know, the long tongue
The
might
tongue
be
is sweet, but those
beneficial.
horns, man. I don't know. We're gonna pass.
Yeah, I don't know. I think the bag of children might kind of
That was what I was just
gonna
say. Yeah, the baby's in the backpack or an issue.
He's just sitting there like, oh, look at my chain and my whip and my long tongue. Oh yeah, by the way, when we're done, I'm gonna eat all these children.
Here's like the fastest pass so far. Pass.
Hard pass. Hard pass.
What about the Grinch? But not any old Grinch. Jim Carrey's Grinch.
Pass.
Wow, quick too.
That was a quick. Yeah, all right. Grinch might perform
so
well.
So hairy, man. Just so hairy.
There's a hint, but I'm doing it after the show.
All right. What about Slash? Or I think his name's Slash from Gremlins, and there he is with his little gun, ready to rock and roll.
Right.
If I say smash, can I just keep him as a pet?
What's up?
If I say smash, can I just keep him as a pet and not?
Yeah, you can do whatever you want with him if you say smash.
Well, then smash. You can be my little pet.
Women, when you smash us, we'll all be your pet.
What about?
Yeah, but I'm not willing to smash that to make it my pet.
I guess.
The 1997 horror version of Jack Frost. What about Jack Frost from that movie?
That was my favorite one. Yeah, for sure, smash.
Oh wow!
Little Michael Keaton.
Yeah, no, that wasn't the Michael Keaton one. This was the horror movie version one.
I thought Keaton was the guy in that, wasn't he?
Yeah, he was, but they made a parody horror movie version of it, and he was killing people. And I remember there was a scene. And Danica, did you see the horror version of that?
Yeah.
Okay, so there.
Got to smash for God's sake.
That was technically Shannon Elizabeth, if you remember from American Pie.
Oh yeah,
that was her first movie, and she's not credited with it in the movie, but she did this scene where she was in the shower, and Jack Frost got in the shower with her, and he took his nose off and put it on as a dick, and like had sex with, like, attacked her in the shower.
Why do I not remember this?
I know. I totally don't remember this part.
Yeah. If you watch it again, watch it. And that scene happens in the movie. And while it's happening, like, she ends up dying. And I'm just kind of like, me watching that in 97 at 12 years old, I was just kind of like, this is how I know that I am going to fall down a deep, dark rabbit hole in porn. And sure enough,
yeah, sure.
It wasn't your fault. It wasn't your
happened.
No, it wasn't your fault. It's good. Yeah.
What about the Grim Reaper from Scrooged? with his
Pass.
big
Pass.
glaring eyes. Pass. Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
pass.
I feel like, yeah, I don't know. It's gonna be a little weird with the way he talks, like his mouth moving and all that stuff. All right. What about the cab driver from Scrooge?
Definitely pass.
Definitely. Man. Oh, that's like the worst one yet. That was
Yeah,
hard.
I
yeah.
thought the teeth was good. I thought the teeth would get him a smash. Like just seeing the
A
teeth.
bag over him.
What about Harry and Marv? This is a double. So this is two at the same time, Harry and Marv. But after they've been victimized by Kevin McAllister.
I feel like maybe out of pity. Like they went through so much shit.
The Christmas guys are getting beat up bad tonight.
Yeah. like you send a text, WYD, what you doing? They come over, and then when they get there, Kevin McAllister's there, and it's just like, oh no, why would you do this to us? All right, what about Mr. Frost from Batman and Robin?
Absolutely smash.
Wow.
Man, he
Mr.
loved her so
Freeze.
much.
Yeah.
It's a hopeless
What
romantic
about
right there.
Mr.
Right.
Frost in general, or the Arnold
Freeze.
version of Mr. Frost? Would that?
As long as he's obsessed with his wife and loving and cute. Has that
Also,
big ass
what's going on
diamond,
with
then
with the guy in the background?
You know, that dude's saying, yo, Danica,
he's not
Danica Wilde
invited.
would give you some, dude. That's
Yeah.
No.
What about the other Jack Frost, but from the Santa Claus movie?
I love Marty so much.
Wow.
No.
Oh.
No, pass.
And what about last and not least, Yukon Cornelius? Actually, Yukon is 11.
Excuse me? Number 11 or he's 11?
He's number 11. He is definitely not 11 years old.
I'm gonna pass.
Okay. So pass on Yukon. Let me just make sure Yukon is okay. So
Dude's
what
missing a
about
bunch of fingers.
Christmas Future from Scrooged?
Ooh, he's beautiful. I don't know. Pass, I think, yeah.
Okay. All right. So I think with this one, just by Danica's reaction, I feel like the Grinch is going to steal the 12 Smasher Dashes of
Wow.
Christmas, because Michael Myers and Jeff, you were with me for a lot of those.
Yeah.
Michael Myers performed extremely well.
Him and Freddie got a ton of play.
Freddie
Yeah.
did extremely well as well, which that kind of shocked me, because I was
Well,
like,
didn't somebody call like his face and tongue like a ripped condom or something?
yeah, like someone said it looked like that, and then like I feel like that. I think a lot of people just like trauma dick, and it's just kind of like, okay, well, this man's dick has had a lot of trauma. Like, maybe he likes dick shaming. You can easily just dick shame his burned penis, like just easily, and it's like, I don't know, and then like
a whole different level of cuck.
Yeah.
Mhm.
It's a whole different level of what the hell. So that was our Smash or Dash segment. Of course, we're going to be doing that every episode here in December. And I think what we're going to do is each one that wins, each time we do Smash and Dash, I think I want to do Smash and Dash All-Stars, whichever one, Michael Myers will go against whoever wins the Christmas one, and so on and so forth, and then we'll crown like the most smashable character from our Smash or Dash segment.
Wow.
Danica's like, Jesus, I didn't know I was walking into this.
Yeah, no, I'm intrigued. I'm here for it.
So what we also do is we get into news articles as well. And this one, so do you guys, by any chance, and I have a few myself, do you guys have any extra teeth, like wisdom teeth or like anything like that?
Yeah.
In your mouth? I have 4. I have 1 on each side, which they always tell me we need to have those pulled when I'm getting just a cleaning. And I'm like, fuck you. No, like, we're not doing that. So do you guys have like any extra teeth in your mouth?
I do.
Well, I don't know about extra. I've got 3 of my 4 wisdom teeth, which a lot of people don't have their wisdom teeth anymore, but I don't know if that counts.
Yeah, well, I have 4.
That's what I have. Yeah,
I
I have 4 wisdom teeth that they said don't bother with. So
yeah,
I'm good with that.
Danica, what about you? Do you have any extra teeth?
I had all 4 wisdom teeth. They were surgically removed. It was not wonderful because they were not out. So they were basically drilled in half and then taken out in pieces. So yeah, 0 stars.
Now, Danica, you thought that was bad.
Yeah,
what if they had to do that with 526 teeth?
What?
Come again?
Yes.
Right.
So This article, doctors find 526 teeth in boy's mouth in India.
Oh boy.
So it says in New Delhi, a 7-year-old boy complaining of jaw pain was found to have 526 teeth inside his mouth, according to a hospital in India where he was treated. It says the boy was admitted last month in the southern city of Chennai because of swelling and pain near his molars and his lower right jaw. When doctors scanned and x-rayed his mouth, they found a sac embedded in his lower jaw filled with abnormal teeth. How big was this sack? Like, is this kid's mouth the size of like Santa Claus Christmas sack? Like, how the fuck?
Did it just look like a tumor then?
Oh, Jesus. Hold on.
Uh-oh. We're about to find out.
Yeah. All right. So
I know, right?
that is the photo of the x-ray. So I guess that's like kind of like the sack
Oh my God.
of where the teeth were. And I mean, look at all these teeth like overlaying. Like, I mean, this dude, like, he doesn't need to chew his food. Like, he puts that stuff in there, and it's like a dog that like swallows its food whole. Like, no need to chew. Like,
did we wait so long to go in there?
he's doing like all the work with like one bite. Like that. Oh, Jesus. Like, that just makes me
look at
hurt.
the ones he has only in the front. There's like tons of them.
It says while the surgery to remove the teeth took place last month, doctors needed time to individually examine each tooth before they could confirm their findings. After discovering the sac, 2 surgeons removed it from the boy's mouth. Then the team took 4 to 5 hours to empty the sac to confirm its contents, and it discovered hundreds of teeth.
Oh my God. That's nasty.
What the hell?
It says there were a total of 526 teeth ranging from 0.1 millimeters, which is 0.004 inches, to 15 millimeters, which are 0.6 inches. Even the smallest piece had a crown, root, and enamel coat indicating it was a tooth, she said. The boy was released 3 days after the surgery and expected to make a full recovery, they said. So, okay. So they and I credit the artistic ability in them doing this. They put them out like seashells. So like
the kid's name was
this
Chip.
is all
Oh my God.
that were in the sack. So like this kid had like infant teeth going like all the way around to like Jurassic Park teeth. Like, I mean, like that's like a dog tooth. Like that is something that a T-Rex is like tearing you apart with. And like Jesus Christ, like that's almost like chewing your food with a sack full of nails in your mouth. Like I can't imagine that. Like what is the reaction if you sit there and they're like, okay, we removed the sack from your mouth, and it's like, wait, what do you mean like sack? Like what do you mean by that? Like, and they go, well, this is what we found. And you look down and there's that many teeth. Like, Danika, what's the first thought going through your mind? Like,
I think I would probably throw up first, honestly.
I'm thinking the same.
Then I think I would be wondering why I waited till there were so many teeth in my mouth first before I found this sack. Yeah,
it'd be like, were you buried underneath the rubble in an orphanage and you ate your way out and like ate all the other kids? I'm like, how did you get all those teeth in your mouth? It's awful.
They're all the victims of
exactly. But there were 100 kids in this orphanage. No, just me.
Yeah, just me. It's okay. Like, so he's 7. So if that's me and I'm that kid, I would be pissed if they did not give me those teeth. 526.
Oh yeah.
Like, you're a millionaire. Like you're putting that shit.
Not in India. They don't have the tooth fairy in India.
Stop shitting on my dreams, Jerry. All right, how dare you? Like, so, like, imagine how you have a Halloween bag full of teeth that you're throwing under your fucking pillow for the tooth fairy. Like, you're sleeping like 5 inches higher that night. Like, you know, I that's like on the level where you put all those teeth in a bag and you can beat somebody halfway out of their mind with teeth. You know, imagine like, so people can identify people by their teeth. So would they be able to identify, like, let's say someone tore all of his teeth out one by one and they didn't realize that sack was there. Would they be able to identify him by those extra teeth alone? Like, because if it's in a sack, so and now I'm more curious. How did the sack, like, were they attached by a root? So let's see. What else? Is there anything on here? So it says one of the two surgeons who operated on the boy detailed the procedure to CNN. Under general anesthesia, we drilled into the jaw from the top. We did not break the bone from the sides, meaning reconstruction surgery was not required. Well, that's good. The sac was removed, and you can think of it as kind of a balloon with small pieces inside. Oh, no, that's not a balloon with small pieces inside. That's like a hot air balloon with like quarters inside. Like that's what the It says things like that. Not many dentists, its lack of education and poverty meant that there was not much awareness that problems like this are still out there. And it says now the boy has a healthy count of 21 teeth. So I hope he takes care of those teeth and appreciate those teeth, because that
got plenty of spares.
Yeah, that is absolutely insane. And so of course we're here live stream. So it says Danika, I'm spring forward fallback, says Danika, I'm taking notes for this for show prep on iRock.
Oh shit.
And
Write that down.
And then here, let's see. Heavy Metal Vine said, bet the kid's name was Chip. That would be a hilarious name if that kid's name was Chip. And then, of course, Heavy Metal Vines. Wait, the question was, what was your reaction to removing the sack from your mouth? You really think it matters who you are?
Yeah, we're definitely saying sack in the mouth way too often.
Yeah.
Way too often.
Yeah, sir, you had a sack in your mouth. Yeah, I know. I had a sack in my mouth last night. Like, what do you mean? And they're like, sir, we don't mean that kind of sack. And it's like,
I think I had the title for this episode.
sack in the mouth.
Sack in the mouth.
Oh god. Okay, dibs out on this being my episode then, man.
So of course Christmas is coming up. We are 24 days removed from Christmas. Christmas is coming up. Danika, do you have any kind of special things that you do for Christmas? Like when you decorate, how does Danika decorate in her house for Christmas?
Well, my mom always used to crazy overdo it and make it look like a winter wonderland. She always said it was for the kids, but we knew that was half a lie. I have inherited it, whether I wanted to or not. So definitely have the tree, the whole, everything inside gets done up and a little bit outside. I have a kid, so even when I want to kind of slack, I'll just feel bad about it. So
always a lot better for them. Always a lot better for them. So when you decorate and you have a tree, are you a white lights person, or are you a colored lights person, or are you a mix of the two type person?
I'm a mix.
Okay.
Mix person, yeah. But they've got to be like, they've got to line up properly. It's got to be, super good from far away. No spaces missing. It'll drive me crazy and I'll stare at it. Hate it.
That's always a battle in this household, because my wife likes the all white light trees and I like the all color light trees. So the one year we were gifted a tree and it was all color lights, and I'm like, yes. And then the following year I bought a tree on clearance from Kmart when they were closing. That was a color light tree, and I'm like, yes. And then her aunt and uncle gave us a tree last year, real nice tree, remote control, all that stuff, has white lights and color lights. And then the white and color lights mix. So now it's the best of both worlds. So now we're just kind of like, okay, the mix of the two. And she's like, well, when you're not here, I'll just have the white lights on. And then when you come home, I'll put on the white and the color lights. I'm like, what about just the color lights? She's like, no, the white and the color light. That's the way it's going to work.
I know who's winning that one.
Yeah.
Choose your hills to die on, then.
Yes. So, and of course, and this is for you, all you guys. When you guys decorate your trees, do you guys do like a little bit of a mix of ornaments? Do you do like kind of like similar ornaments, or is your tree just kind of like a big cesspool of ornaments that's on the tree? Because mine, like, I'm one of those. There's a different variety of ornaments. Like almost every ornament looks different. You have Hallmark ornaments, you have characters from Christmas Story, you have whatever, you have regular Christmas balls, you have design ones. It's just kind of like a chaotic scene, but it kind of stays together because my wife makes it not as chaotic. Like, so Danika, when you decorate, what kind of like ornament decoration goes into the tree? Like,
Pretty much the exact same as you. I mean, like a volcano exploded worth of ones that have been passed down in the family versus
Yeah.
ones
Yeah.
that are characters I like, ones my son made that look like I may have taken them out of like a garbage and now they have a ton of better ones. They're actually making them for different fandoms, even though it's not Christmas related. So you get,
Yes.
stuff on your tree that you give a shit about, which is pretty cool. So
And-
we have Harry Potter, we got Star Wars, we have
Nice.
Minions, what else? Mario.
Nice. And it's funny with that because when you say like one's handed down from like generations, like we have ornaments that we have when we first got together 13 years ago. And my wife's just like, why don't you get rid of some of these? I'm like, whoa. No. These go away when they break.
OG,
This is what like when they fall off the tree and they shatter, that's when they go.
You just
Like,
keep adding.
Yeah, they're OG. You gotta have them.
Yeah,
Yeah.
like no garland, nothing else, just ornaments. So, how does a tree look like in the Jerry Hola household? Like, what does your tree look like, Jerry?
It's a little bit like you guys are saying. I mean, lots of different ornaments. We have tons and tons of Hallmark ornaments for all these years past and stuff. And so it starts to become this discussion as to like, what's going up this year? Are we just working our way down through what's packed and it's kind of similar, ends up in a different spot or whatever? Or is it like, oh no, we're going to get that container that all these ornaments that we never had up before? Or yeah, it's kind of the ongoing discussion every year. It's like, so what do we feel with dealing like, so, old ornaments that are like family heirloom things and things that were made were always discussed and they haven't made it up yet. So maybe this year.
Okay. And what about you, Jeff? How's the tree decorating in the Porrini household? Is it like a volcanic eruption of ornaments like the other three of us have described, or is it a little bit more of organized chaos?
It's let's go organized chaos because you're gonna see a tree cut in half. One side is mine, one side is hers with her grandmother's this and her aunt's this with my 500-pound ceramic Eagles Super Bowl champion thing that's pulling the whole tree down. And
that's all Jeff has on it. It's just that, just on his side. That's it.
And Funko Pop ornaments. It's not pretty, dude. I'm like a little kid.
When you say Funko Pop ornaments, is it that so I'm guessing your tree's not up yet because I would assume that you drill holes in the top of those Funko Pops and all the ones behind you just hang on your side of the tree. And it's just literally like I'm not sure if any of you guys, and Jerry, you may have been there before because this is more localized here in Maryland, but we do something. Kennedy Krieger puts on something called a Festival of Trees. And there's any kind of tree you can possibly imagine. They do Baltimore Orioles themed trees, Bob the Builder themed trees, like it's insane. I've always wanted to buy one of those fucking trees, but by time we get there on Black Friday when it opens, all the fucking good trees are gone. I forgot. I think there was a really cool Edgar Allan Poe one that they had one year, and me and my wife both liked it, and it was sold. And I looked at my wife and I was like, I'm just going to drag this out of here. And she's like, what? And
I've never even heard of this.
Yeah. Like,
it's pretty wild.
If you get a chance, look up Festival of Trees, Kennedy Krieger Festival of Trees. And they probably do it all over the place. I know, Kennedy Krieger, benefits charity, that's the whole thing. They do it every year. All the trees go towards Kennedy Krieger Institute and all that stuff. So I think Jerry, last year, I think was the first year that they did it again after COVID. Of course, they didn't do it in they didn't do it in 2020, 2021. I think it came back in 2022, and then they did it this year. And that was almost a Black Friday tradition. We didn't make it out this year, but it's wild. Some of the trees that people do, like they have like Grinch trees where it's like, this whole like arms sticking out of like the Grinch's head or whatever and all that shit. And it's one of those trees
where I like that.
You do it. You would have to shrink wrap that bitch every year to leave it the way it is because I would never fucking remember how it was or, anything like that.
That's the beauty of it though.
Yeah. So
the beauty of it's trying to reconstruct how it looked.
you have to do like reconstruct it. You have to like do the surgery they did on that kid's mouth just to figure out what's on. Yeah. Like you could like that kid, you know what? That kid should have kept all those teeth and he could have put those on his Christmas tree.
Yeah.
Like, he could have had a tooth Christmas.
Garland.
Yeah.
Right, garland, tinsel or anything, man.
Like the popcorn ones.
Yeah. They're like, oh man, we really like this popcorn.
String them.
This isn't popcorn garland. This
Going to
what
hell.
kind of sick Ed Gein shit is this? Like, why are there teeth on this tree? What actually is
Yeah.
happening?
Those teeth probably smelled pretty bad though.
Yeah, and of course, Jason is so fascinated with Jerry's trip to Egypt. I see them chatting in the live stream, which, as I said, of course, if you guys are in the live stream, make sure you comment and we'll answer the best that we can. So, what we're going to do real quick is I found some things that are called the 7 scariest Christmas characters of all time.
Ooh.
So, of course, we're going to get into the first one, which the first one is, of course, Krampus. So we saw Krampus in Smash or Dash. So, for those of you who don't know who Krampus is or have never seen Krampus, it says the Germans don't mess around when it comes to bad behavior. According to the modern story, on December 5th, St. Nicholas Eve, jolly old St. Nick leaves candies and gifts in the children's shoes, while Krampus tags behind and gives out punishment to those who misbehave. The devilish-looking half-goat, half-man creature. We have one of those in Maryland. It's called the Goat Man, half-goat, half-man creature. So it's just Krampus. Half-man creature with dark, shaggy hair, horns, fangs, and cloven hooks is derived from the German word Krampen, which translates to claw. Krampus has actually been a part of the seasonal story since pre-Germanic Germanic traditions, and held his own despite an initial push to banish this pagan emblem from the now Christmas celebration. Oh shit. So he's mad then. That's like you're like basically like treating him like the Grinch at this point. Like he's not allowed to do his shit. It says the tradition that St. Nicholas leaves cold to naughty children is nothing compared to Krampus's job. For more serious offenders, he would swat them with birch sticks or stuff them in his sack to take away. Today, a parade of sometimes hundreds of Krampuses raise a ruckus during the Krampuslauf, which is a Krampus run in many Central and Eastern European countries. Okay, so now I'm curious. What is the Krampus run? It's a Krampus run.
Is it Krampus's or Krampsi? I can't even say it right.
Yeah. So all right. So the Kramp. Oh shit! Jesus. Okay, so this is what the Krampus run. So this is what. So if anybody happens to go to a Krampus run, I hope all of you enjoy horror because this is horrifying. This is the Krampus run and what some of these Krampuses look like. So you know what? I'm going to give them a lot of credit because these are bad ass costumes. Like, look, and look, you can take your children, you can mortify your children by taking them to the Krampus run. And, maybe your child will get lucky and they'll choose one of your children to beat with one of their sticks or take away in their sack. Like I mean,
the ones in the front. Yeah,
the ones in the front look more like demons or devils or something like that. And then you got this weird looking Saint Nick here, and then you have that Saint Nick that looks like he's constipated right there.
He's on
that's
for sure.
Fucking cool.
No, he's
I
not.
never knew
weird on that one.
Like I mean, we do runs and stuff like that here. Like oh Jesus Christ!
What the fuck?
I don't even know what that. I don't even think that's Krampus. Like I feel like this is like some sort of like
that's Krampus.
Like this is like ground person or some shit. Like I don't know what's even going. Like he's got like fur and like
what the heck? That's not a Krampus.
I'm more scared of that than anything else. Like that's insane. But yeah, so I mean, we do like St. Patrick's Day runs and stuff like that here. So Europe, that's the thing. So that's actually pretty badass. So there's that, and then so we're gonna do a second one as well, which is called the Belsnickel. The Belsnickel. So it said, who can forget Dwight Schrute's Belsnickel from The Office? That's right, he dressed up like the Belsnickel during the Christmas episode of The Office. And it says, the Belsnickel was another helpful character to St. Nicholas. Although instead of accompanying him on his rounds, the fur-clad and short-tempered man visited the children beforehand to whip them into shape. Instead of sneaking down the chimney, the Belsnickel rapped on the window and shook his bells, carrying a sack with candy in one hand and a switch in the other. Even though children often proclaimed that they'd been good all year, he'd ask them to recite a poem or Bible verse. And those who stumbled or behaved badly were whacked with a stick to remind them to change their ways. Originating from the southwestern from southwestern Germany, France, and Switzerland region. The tradition of the Belsnickel followed immigrants to the Pennsylvania Dutch communities in the New World, where they still celebrate the slightly terrifying character. Okay, so let's see. Belsnickel. So
Close to home there.
Belsnickel.
Terrify them into submission. Sounds good.
All right. So let's see. So Belsnickel. Oh, Jesus. All right.
Okay.
So I think Belsnickel might be a little bit more horrifying than Krampus. I mean, I like. All right. So I'm gonna go ahead and get this photo ready, and we're
The
gonna
name
pull
sounds
Belsnickel
nicer.
up here. So
It does.
of course that's the Belsnickel. Like that
What?
is definitely Leatherface. Like he's
Huh.
definitely wearing another man's face. Like I don't
Looks
don't
like
know.
a cat's face.
Yeah, like yeah, I don't- it looks a little bit like what is it? A decomposing Ronald McDonald. That's what that kind of looks like. Like
He's got a cat face and he's got a certain former president's hair, who I won't mention, but he's got that.
he is the Belsnickel. Well, I mean that's not as scary. Like I don't know if those are real horns coming out of his head, but I don't know. The
It's a
mustache.
great mustache.
Yeah, like he's rocking that. Like I mean, he has that weathered, beaten face, but I mean, he takes care of his mustache. We got to find out what kind of like beard gel he uses because that shit's like solid. Like
That other picture was like his sack of gifts. I was like, he'd be scarier if he had a sack full of teeth.
and I look at that whip, like he's ready to, and he has like, are these like random patches? Like what's up with the patches? Like, and like the little bells down here, like this is like his homemade garb, and he has like a little bit of bells in his hair and stuff.
Looks like Stone Santa Claus.
Yeah, like this one's not as intimidating. Like I don't know, I feel like this one will be like, okay, look, Johnny, I know you stumbled on a Bible verse, while he's like whooping like the dresser. But make sure you're good. I'm gonna make Saint Nicholas believe that I'm beating you, but I'm not. Okay, look. Be better.
It looks like your Sherpa that leads you up in Yemen. You're climbing up the mountain.
There's the Dwight version from The Office. So I never really put that together. Now I understand a little bit better from The Office. So those are the first two. We're going to be going through more of those because apparently there's a total of 7 of those characters, which we will be covering over future episodes. So what we're going to do real quick is we're going to take a quick break. So we're going to play some of our ads, some of our friends, and then when we come back, we're going to get into our game segment. So Danika, we play a handful of games with all of our guests. Gets really, really fun. So we're going to go ahead. We're going to take about a 4-minute break right here on YouTube Live, Roku, and Fire TV. And when we come back, we're going to get into our Ode to Humanity segment, which is our game segment. So, of course, this is the Happy Hour podcast. We're here on YouTube Live and Roku. And we will see you all in about 4 minutes right here on YouTube TV.
Hey, this is Baker Grace, and you're watching the Happy Hour podcast.
Hello, I'm Dennis with Checker Spot Brewing Company. We're located at 1421 Ridgely Street in Baltimore, right in the shadows of M&T Bank Stadium. Open 7 days a week with locally crafted beer.
Derek Sharp, the owner of Curtain Jerker Designs, who does an amazing job. I'm blown away every single time, and his speed that he has getting everything back to us is immaculate.
Hit up Derek with Curtain Jerker Designs.
Look no further than Curtain Jerker Designs. Make sure you hit up Derek.
Derek Sharp, man. Hey, just want to say thank you for the posters, all the hard work you put into, man. We really appreciate you, man.
A shout out to Derek Sharp from Curtain Jerker Designs. Yo, dude, just want to say, this poster, off the hook.
Hey, what's up, players? This is Hall of Famer Teddy Long, and I want to give a big shout out to my man Derek over there with Curtain Jerkers Designs.
If you are looking for the best graphics, the best designs, look up the Curtain Jerker. I did.
Curtain Jerker Designs. That's who I use for any of my graphic designs, and you should too.
Thanks, Curtain Jerker Designs.
Big old shout out to Curtain Jerker Designs. You see that? You see that beauty? That's all you, Curtain Jerker.
Hello, wrestling promoters. The Big Val Boski wants to give you a big tip. If you're looking for a graphic designer to do your next events, promotional posters, hit up Derek at Curtain Jerker Designs.
A lifelong wrestling fan, as we all are. I went through the part with the reffing, and I got to a part where I did ring announcing. I did everything there was to do. I had a match. But because I have that background, that's where I stepped in and said, hey, like, I do flyers. Let me help you guys out.
Hi there, I'm Leanna Lovings, and you're watching the Happy Hour Podcast.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is the Happy Hour Podcast. And of course, we're back. We're streaming live as always. And of course, make sure if you have any graphic needs, go hit up Derek. Of course, anybody who's seen this preview saw our beautiful graphic that we had of Danika that was done up.
Yes.
Derek from Curtain Jerker Designs, and that everybody knows I have the wrestling background. So I stick with what I know, and that's, the pro wrestling family. So, Derek mainly does wrestling shows, but he can do anything else, to make sure you reach out to him. So before we get into our games, I'm going to get into our featured shot, which I don't know if anybody out there is a Bacardi drinker. This is
Oh God, I can't believe you're doing this again.
So for anybody who drinks Bacardi, and anybody may know this, you mix Bacardi with almost anything. Me, I'm going to do the shot of this by itself, and it's so bad by itself. Like, you need to mix it with stuff. It pairs well with Coke. It pairs well with Pepsi. You can use fruit punch. You can use whatever you want with it, but don't drink Bacardi Gold by itself.
I'll have a mini with you. I'll have a mini.
Jeff was fortunate
Hey,
enough.
I'm gonna give you a good excuse, Ray, to do this shot. Eric Clark in the chat just said that yesterday was his 28th birthday. He's in the chat, so we'll give him a little birthday shot.
Well, cheers. There you go, Eric. Happy birthday, my dude. Thank you for tuning in, and I'm going to take this out of my little teeny tiny Baltimore Orioles mug.
Aww.
Let's go.
That's a nice pair.
And let's oh, Jesus Christ. I will now use Old Rasputin to wash that down. Oh God. So yeah. So shout out to our current feature shot, Bacardi Gold. So what we're gonna do, oh Jesus, I hurt so bad right now. We're gonna get into our game segment, Ode to Humanity. So we have a series of games that we play, Danika. So the first one is a game called Extreme Personal Questions. So it has 2 questions on it, and it's 2 random questions, question A and question B. You don't know which question you get until you choose A or B. But the fun part is once you answer your question, you get to choose any one of the 3 of us to answer the other question. So what is a lucky letter to you? Letter A or letter B?
Go B.
B. All right. When was the last time your work was the sloppiest, and how bad did the job bite you in the ass?
Kind of annoyingly obsessed with my job and what I do. So
good thing.
I guess when I was right out of high school, I worked in a produce department.
Okay.
You know, everybody who's like just graduating, they're trying to get like their extra credits and they really couldn't care less about anything else. It was probably then. You're supposed to, you know, cull through and make sure all of the produce is clean and the produce is good and get rid of all of the nasty stuff. I mean, when you're like 18 and you're working nights and you're by yourself, you know, don't always really give a shit. So I spent a lot of that time just fucking around pretty much. I also ended up hurting my back for them, so I kind of didn't really care at all anymore. Yeah.
There was a lot of sloppy produce. Put it that.
Don't vote produce late at night when Danica's working.
Right?
Yeah, it wasn't the best for a while. This is a long time ago though. Come on now.
Someone just sits there and they're like, "What's this? These chicken cutlets come pre-seasoned. This is amazing." Meanwhile, it's just floor dirt. That's on.
Hey, I'm only on the vegetables and the fruit. Okay, the meat is not my problem.
That's right.
Come on, let's go. We're talking about fuzzy Brussels sprouts or, you know, shady asparagus. We're not talking cutlet pulp.
And an apple that was once red that is now purple. And someone's just like, "What kind of apple is this?" "I don't know. Why don't you bite into it? You're going to go to a magical place if you eat that."
Yeah, it wasn't the best.
All right, so now we have question A. So, Danica, who do you want to choose for question A?
I'm gonna pick on Jeff.
Oh, God damn it.
Jeff.
Love you.
What friend makes you feel the most jealous and why?
What friend makes me feel the most jealous and why?
Yeah.
Trend.
So I'm gonna give a shout out to a dude I know who watches, my buddy Steve.
Okay.
And the reason why, because like he's good at shit, like technology shit, money stuff, accounting. So he's like a jack of all trades. He knows everything about everything. He knows how to build everything. It blows my mind. And it's like, we're cool. It's like my bud. He made the shirts, of course, but he's got knowledge of everything. And I'm like, I barely know one thing. This guy knows everything. So yeah, shout out to Steve if you're checking it out.
So Steve is the one that you're jealous. So Steve, he's jealous of you. And of course I see Eric in the stream. Eric, I see the arms are crossed. Is that CM Punk? Is that Eric that's in that image, or is that CM Punk with his crossed arms? Eric, you're in the stream. It looks like that it's the CM Punk pose that's going on in that photo. So when you get a chance, comment in the stream. And if one of us sees it, like I had to look very close. Like I kind of looked closely and I was like, is that CM Punk that's in that photo? Or is that just Eric that's posing in that photo? Because it totally looks like a CM Punk type pose in that. So
real quick,
next game.
What's
up?
Pro CM Punk or con CM Punk?
I am pro CM Punk.
I'm pro CM Punk.
Yes, pro CM Punk, because CM Punk showed, and this is a sidebar, we do that a lot on the show. CM Punk showed that AEW is ran by children, and that's the thing. Everybody's like, "Oh, what happens when he goes back?" That should never happen in WWE. That's a professional ran company. Vince and CM Punk knows they'll never deal with that. It's ran by a lot of immature people in AEW, and apparently WWE is this close to getting signed to Warner Brothers Discovery. And if that happens, AEW is not going to have a home anymore because they own TBS and TNT. So our next game is 3 random cards drawn out of the deck, which is always interesting. And it is Never Have I Ever. So Never Have I Ever. And if you've done it, take a drink or raise your hand. If you want to give an explanation, you can. If not, we will not hate you for it. So, the first one is, never have I ever done the walk of shame. Never have I ever done the walk of shame.
Is it for everybody or just me? Or how's this going?
Everybody. Okay, so Danica has not. Danica has not. What's up?
I totally have.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
She's holding out on us. She's like, look at all you losers. Oh, wait.
Just wondering when I'm supposed to answer and if I'm just supposed to drink or, you know.
So, Danica, actually, what are you like? I noticed your giant mug. What is in that? She's going to be like, oh, it's root beer.
No, it's Diet Pepsi and Crown Royal.
Oh, man.
Okay.
Maple flavored Crown Royal.
Okay. I was about to say my wife is a big fan of Crown Royal vanilla.
Oh,
So
yeah.
she likes to do Crown Royal vanilla. And I don't know if you drink Coke Zero, but Coke Zero and Crown Royal vanilla, real good. Real good. Because it doesn't have that full sweetness of a regular Coke. So it kind of, adds a little bit, to it. So the next one is, never have I ever witnessed a crime and done nothing about it. Never have I ever witnessed a crime and done nothing about it.
Oh, it's kind of gray.
Oh, Jeff.
Nah.
Like I feel, Jeff,
Okay,
I feel like just for the fact, and Jerry, you too, that the fact that we all live in Baltimore and Jeff's in Philadelphia, that we've all witnessed crimes that we didn't realize were crimes.
Yeah, perhaps. I could leave
like,
it at that.
Have I seen a crime? She's like, wait a minute. Was this a crime? Was that a crime?
Yeah, I'm trying to think. Like, I don't know.
Yeah.
Nothing bad.
Yeah.
Minimal things, maybe, but
I mean, does it count if you witnessed your own crime and like nothing was done about it? Because I've gotten drunk and done so much shit that I'm surprised that we're not in prison for. And like, yeah, I mean, all right, I'll drink to that because I've witnessed myself doing things.
Pissed on a church. God, pissed on a church.
I cannot confirm or deny whether or not two people from my friend group once stole about 15 mailboxes out of the neighborhood because they got drunk one night and our thing of natural light exploded all over the ground. And it was a 30-pack, and we had nothing to carry them in.
Oh, nanny.
So we were drunk off of our asses in Dundalk, and we looked over, and my buddy saw this mailbox, and it was shaped like a house. And he's like, "Oh man, look at that thing!" And I'm like, "Man, that's cool." And he just whips it off the post. What the fuck are you doing? He's like, "Well, now we have something to carry the beer in." He puts the beer in it, puts it on his shoulder, and then after that, every time we drank, we just needed a mailbox. And we once looked up what was, and this well beyond beats the statute of limitation. That's why I'm talking about it, because this was so long ago. But we
Statute
looked
of
up.
limitations run out on that, Ray?
I don't know, but
Even
if
for
so, I'm
Dundalk?
incriminating myself right now. But no, so we looked up how much time you could get for a federal offense. And I mean, there's not enough evidence out there to prove that we did or we didn't do it anyways. I'm just some stupid podcast host that's telling a story. How do we all know that this is real? Like, no. So we looked up, how much it was for a federal offense, and it said 10 years. So mind you, we stole 15 mailboxes. We're looking at like 150 years in prison. So we went out back and we poured gasoline all over the mailboxes and lit them up on fire and just let them burn for hours out back.
Live next week.
Yes.
Happy Hour podcast from prison. Be right.
Hello, this is Ray from prison.
And we're not talking about Blues Brother prison.
Yes.
We're talking about Shawshank Redemption prison.
Yes. I have been abused numerous times. I'm very scared. I'm very sad. Somebody please help me. And there was a bar of soap in front of me on the floor. And please get me out of here, somebody. But no, so yeah, stuff like that. When you drink, kids, don't drink. And if you do drink, make sure you drink when you're around your friends who can help you get through those illegal activities and not get caught. So the last one is, never have I ever bought a dog to increase my chances of meeting the opposite sex. Never have I ever bought a dog to increase my chances of meeting the opposite sex.
Actually, safe on this one.
Yeah. See, I never did that. I met the opposite sex when I met my wife.
Got the dog.
Bought dogs.
Right.
That's the way it worked for me. But I never sat there and was like, "Oh, I think I should take this child and just let him run around or let this dog run around a dog park." And I was like, "Hey, how are you?" And the dog's just not listening to you at all. And it's clear that it's not your dog. And someone else just walks up and leashes the dog and walks off with the dog. And you're like, yeah, this person's stealing. I'll be right back. And then you just get in your car and speed off because now is over.
Does that work, Danika? If a dude's trying to impress you with his dog, does that work at all?
No. I mean, if it's a Bernese Mountain Dog, I might be willing to overlook a few things, but otherwise, no.
Write that down, everybody.
Well, if it's not the dogs, what impresses Danika? Aside from being the Grinch.
Humor and being kind and caring. Preferably fun to hang out with, and a total nerd who will not judge my nerdiness, but enhance it preferably.
Wow, I love you too. I mean,
I can't help it. And, it bothers me every day that, I found out with this show that people are into a lot of the things that I am, more preferably women. And I sit there and I think all the time, I'm like, how come when I was in high school, all this shit was an issue?
Yeah,
and now, later on in life, it's like, wait a minute.
Dude, it's cool to be gothic or emo now. That was not a thing when I grew
no
up.
way.
Yeah, it was
you were
like
definitely in the back of the lunchroom by yourself back then. No doubt.
One of 2 or 3 in my whole school, for sure. Yeah. Times have changed.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, man, you like horror movies, wrestling, and, all kinds of other stuff, and, nerdy type stuff? No, sorry. Now it's just kind of like, oh, it's everywhere. What's old is new again? Hey, let's like this. That's
When my wife calls me dork or nerd, I'm like, yes, yeah, that's right. I'm definitely a nerd.
Superheroes. That's another thing. Everybody loves superheroes. Deadpool is probably the most popular among the masses. My wife is a huge Deadpool fan. So
we do have him to thank for a lot of things.
Oh yeah. Deadpool definitely. I can't wait for Deadpool 3. That's phenomenal, and they need to deliver in that because that's the only one in 2024.
Yeah. Wow.
And Danika, are you still okay on time?
Oh yeah, I'm good.
Yeah. Okay. Cool. I just want to make sure. I always double check with everybody. So how good are you at guessing games?
Absolute garbage. I have anxiety, man. You could ask me name a song from my favorite band, and if they're anywhere near me, I can't name a damn thing.
Wow.
So this is a little bit different of a guessing.
Wait. We're gonna find out. If you're really as bad as you say you are at these games, she's got to be in the Rumble because you're telling me there's a chance.
Yes. So what we're going to get into our game, which is one of the staples of this show, and that is Incoherent. Incoherent, which this game, we invite back 30 former guests every year, and we have the HHPod Rumble, which is based off the Royal Rumble from WWE, and it's elimination style, and pretty much and we send out a legitimate championship belt. I know a guy over in Pakistan through my wrestling ties. He makes up a legit. Jerry, you've seen it. Jeff, you've seen it.
That is a legit belt. That is a legit belt.
HHPod Rumble. But what people have to do is answer these cards in a 30-second. This year it's going to be 30-second or 15-second intervals. Danika, you're going to have more time than that. So I'm going to show you a series of cards that are in drunken lingo. And you need to try to sound them out and figure out what they say. One of two things is going to either happen. You're going to get them like that, or your brain's going to completely shut down from what you see in front of you. So I'm going to go ahead and get those ready. And then we are going to play Incoherent. So let me just go ahead and pull these up real quick because I need to pull these up through this app now because I realized I did not save these. So I'll pull these up on here and make sure that, okay, so there we go. So there's that one. And so we're going to pull this up on the screen. So Danika, what do you think this card says?
Oh, I got to move my screen. Hold on. It's cutting you off in the middle, so I can't do it.
And one of the hints is the first sign suggesting that the movie might actually be good.
What?
A good way is to say it out loud, but say it fast, but with kind of like a southern rasp to your voice, and you might hear yourself say it.
I don't have the southern rasp over here.
Yeah, and I thought I actually had this one until I read the clue. Damn it.
What's that?
Here, editor. I have no idea.
If anybody is familiar with wrestling, Edge, part of this is what Edge would consider himself. And also,
I got it.
it is if you go see a movie, they normally say movies based off of age groups of whether or not you can see that movie. It's one of those age groups.
I got it.
Movie.
Rated R.
Yeah.
It is rated R. There you go. It is rated R. Awesome. All right, cool. All right, so here's the next one. What do you think this says?
Oh, Jesus.
I think I got this.
This one says, one of the hints is a hidden honey.
Ooh, no, I guess I don't.
Your undercover friends with benefits.
Your side chick?
It is.
Oh,
side-
yeah.
There you go. All right, you're 2 for 2.
Nicely done.
All right, so
She
what
can't be
do
on the
you
red.
think that
Bradley Cooper.
Oh, she got that.
Wow. Oh, my
All
God.
right,
Wow.
Bradley
Wow.
Cooper. There you go. All right. We might have to have Danica come back for the Rumble because some of those
Holy
she got
shit. That
last
one.
two she got kind of
Hey,
quick.
but none of those were
Brad-
things I had to like recall from my memory. So
Well, Bradley Cooper, the hints were everybody's hall pass and a star is born. Those were the hints
Ugh.
for Bradley Cooper.
Doesn't look
So
like Jeff
I love
Porrini
Bradley
at all.
Cooper.
that is our
Obviously. Wow.
that is our
Well, you got to
incoherent.
start having people on this show that aren't good at this to put them in pod, and that doesn't include me because, I'm already not good at this. Damn it, she killed it.
Wow.
Especially those last couples. The last one, she was all over fast. I didn't even
Oh,
finish
yeah.
reading it.
I was all over. Yeah.
And Heavy Metal Vine said
Yeah, good
caring
one.
and nice. What the fuck when Danica was describing people that she was attracted to, caring and nice. They're
Aw.
like, caring and nice. What the fuck?
I would hope that most people are attracted to that.
Yeah, I would
My,
think.
my wife said she was drawn to me because I, quote, wasn't a dick. I'm like, well, okay.
like you weren't like physically like a dick, like just like a giant dick wearing clothes. Like that's
Well, I mean, I'd get any girl.
It is hard to come by sometimes. I'm not gonna lie.
all right. So Danica, have you ever played Cards Against Humanity?
Yes, it's been a while, but yes.
Okay. So obviously on the show, we can't have a deck of cards in front of you. So much like the first game we played, we're doing Cards Against Humanity roulette. So what we're going to do is we're going to read off a face card. And then there's 6 cards that I drew out of the deck randomly. 1 through 6, you're going to choose a lucky number. If you don't like it, you get 2 other rebuttals to choose 2 other cards. So the first one is, all right, bros, our frat house is condemned and all the hot slam pieces over at Gamma Phi. And all the hot slam all right, bros, our frat house is condemned and all the hot slam pieces are over at Gamma Phi. The time has come to commence Operation Blank. So 1 through 6 for a random number.
6.
Roulette style. You said 6?
Yeah.
All right. So this one is, all right, bros, our frat house is condemned and all the hot slam pieces are over at Gamma Phi. The time has come for Operation Doing Bad Stuff. Do you like Operation Doing Bad Stuff, or would you like to
No.
rebuttal and choose another card?
No rebuttal.
All right, what
wow.
number?
2.
2. All right. All right, bro. Our frat house is condemned and all the hot slam pieces are over at Gamma Phi. The time has come to commence Operation Beef. So, doing bad stuff to beef. Do you want to use your last rebuttal and choose another card?
No, beef. I mean, you could.
It's what's for dinner.
I like beef.
Fine, screw it. Let's try number 4.
All right, number 4. All right, so number 4. All right, bros. Our frat house is condemned and all the hot slam pieces are over at Gamma Phi. The time has come to commence on Operation the Placenta.
Ugh.
Jesus
Take
Christ.
backsies? Can I take backsies?
I know, right? Oh my God.
After the 2 rebuttals, whatever you end up with is your card. So Operation the Placenta.
I want
So
the beef
remaining
back.
cards now go into next week. So Danica, we're going to do another round.
She wants the
of
beef
that.
back. Now, women don't say that around here very often.
I'm sorry for your luck.
So the next one is, in his newest and most difficult stunt, David Blaine must escape from blank. 1 through 6.
Okay, 6 again.
6. All right. In his newest, most difficult stunt, David Blaine must escape from an elite squad known as the Special Victims Unit.
Yeah, maybe let's go for number 4.
All right. Number 4. All right.
I can never that one.
Nope, that was 3. I'm sorry. So
You okay with that, my friend?
all right. So
Yeah, that was a good one.
Newest-
That first one was good.
most difficult stunt, David Blaine must escape from the way white people is.
X.
So are you satisfied with the way the white people is, or do you want to choose another?
That's a loaded question. Am I satisfied as that for an answer to this question? Also, no. Let's go for 2.
2. All right, so 2. All right, so in his newest, most difficult stunt, David Blaine must escape the 8 gay warlocks who dictate the rules of fashion.
Sold. Yep.
Those final cards will go into the deck to make one full deck of 6 for next week.
God,
100%. You have me a
episode.
gay like warlocks for sure. Done.
man, her swiftness of answering is so appealing. I
Yeah.
gotta tell you, man, she comes on, I'm kind of shy, and then boom, yes, boom, no, boom, this, boom, 8K this.
Thank you.
Like, wow.
Normally
That's a good
it's-
answer.
Yeah, normally
what?
it's the games and Cards Against Humanity, especially roulette style, because you don't know what you're getting. And that's the thing. And I literally just pick up 6 cards. I'm like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 face down. And that's the way it is. And it's like, okay, well, this is what number 3 is. So what we're going to do, of course, we did a game called Super Fight. Super Fight got kind of like drug out. It like used to be a fan interaction thing. It got kind of, a little
Jeff-
slow. So now we're going to
Jeff
do a new
always lost.
segment called Words, which
Okay.
what we're going to do is each one of us are going to say a term or a word, and we're going to punch it into Google and see what it comes up with. So, Danica, we're going to let you go first.
What? Sarcophagus.
What is it?
Sarcophagus. For
Sarcophagus.
500, please.
Okay.
Ray's not going to be able to spell that, but the good.
You know what? They have Google or spell check. So sarcophagus. Sarcophagus. So sarcophagus. All right. So sarcophagus. All right. So there's sarcophagus. So Jeff, we're gonna go with you. Sarcophagus. What are you gonna do from that?
I gotta follow fucking sarcophagus.
Yeah.
Oh my god. Oh Jesus. Let's go maple syrup.
Ooh.
Sarcophagus.
Canada thanks you.
Maple.
Love Canada.
SYURP. Maple syrup. SYURP. All right. Maple syrup. All right, Jerry. What do you think? Sarcophagus. Maple syrup.
I'm going with my original word before I heard the other ones, just not to mess. It was beer.
Beer. All right, beer. And I will go with stuck. All right, so sarcophagus, maple syrup, stuck. Let's see. So,
And beer.
And beer.
all right, so
And beer.
Don't forget beer.
sarcophagus, maple
Don't
syrup,
forget the beer.
stuck is coming with brewing with maple syrup. How to successfully brew beer with maple syrup.
Oh, baby.
So it would be amazing to brew beer with maple syrup, but in a sarcophagus.
In a sarcophagus.
Right? You like, it's kind of like, you ever drink like jungle juice? Like you pour it into the sarcophagus and you're like just stirring it around into the sarcophagus.
Yeah.
And then you just dip your cup in and drink it.
Just
Okay,
use
so
the sarcophagus as a
great
brewing tank. I mean, the Egyptians were the first to brew beer anyway, so I'm sure they use a sarcophagus at some point for something like that.
all right, so sarcophagus, maple syrup, beer stuck. So let me.
Did I miss the sarcophagus definition? Because everybody seemed to know it, but me.
sarcophagus? Let's do sarcophagus, stuck, beer, and what was the other word? Sarcophagus, stuck,
Maple syrup.
Maple
and,
syrup.
stuck, maple syrup, maple. SYRUP. Let me word
Shout out
it,
to Canada.
Ew.
and it's still coming up with the same results. So.
Sorry.
Brewing with maple syrup. So if you guys want to know what sarcophagus, stuck, beer, maple syrup, it comes up with brewing recipes for brewing with maple syrup. And actually, Jerry, have you ever had any beer that was brewed with maple syrup. More specifically, one that was served in a sarcophagus. You could have got that in
Not
Egypt.
with a sarcophagus that I'm aware of, but with maple syrup, sure. There's just some Canadian beer. They love
What
it.
if you laid in the sarcophagus while they fed you maple syrup beer?
Wow.
There you go.
Mind blown.
That's how I want to die. Lay me in the sarcophagus, cover me in maple syrup, feed me beer until I pass away, and I will be stuck and trapped forever in said sarcophagus until they find my weathered, mummified body. And they're just kind of like, what happened to this guy? Like, he's so bloated. Like, you ever see like that big bloated walker in The Walking Dead that grabbed Glenn and like ripped in half and fell down the hole? Like, I'm going to look like that as a mummy from how much beer I consumed. And someone's going to be like, why does he smell like maple syrup? Like, I don't understand what's going on here. So that's going to be a new segment that we do, is we're just going to type words into Google and see what happens, because sometimes you're going to get a home run and something is going to pop up from what you put in.
I was going to hijack this, but I was trying to think of round 2. And so I threw into the chat for any of our chat guests to give us a word.
Yes.
And
okay.
So far, Heavy Metal Vines has come through right away. Gave us a word, said mead. Right, so but mead. I'm like, well, Jason, what are you doing? You're not giving us anything.
All right, so let's see. Let's add mead to that. So mead. So let's add mead. So okay. So now so it's mainly focusing off of the alcohol stuff. So
take the beer out and put mead instead.
Anybody in the stream, anybody that's still here in the stream, Jason, do you have a word? So we're going to do mead. So let's see. So mead, MEAD. Jason, throw a term or a word at us if you can, and we're gonna go on it. And if one of you guys see that he comments a word, let me know.
And don't make us pick the word we think Jason's going to use, because he already asked his famous question that he asks every week to every
Jason's
guest.
word will be piss. That's what it'll be. It'll be
It's always P.
Okay,
He's always
so you know
interested in P.
You know what? Jason always asks about, when we have our adult film stars on, he always asks about P play. So let me put mead and piss, and we're going to see what comes up. So mead, piss, and we're going to see what happens. Using urine instead of water to ensure my brew is sterile.
Ooh.
What?
Oh.
Wow.
Wait, Jeff, is that your wife in the stream, Cassie?
Yes.
Nice. Then just use she just LMAO. Just put laugh my ass off in there, but just put that into as the words as well. Just that's her word.
That'll be one of the words.
Yeah, it's one of the words.
All right. Laughing my fucking ass off. All right. So there we go. So I added that, and it says I own a meadery. So I own a meadery. Piss in a bottle beer. Okay, what is piss in a bottle beer? And it goes to TikTok, which the first video is a guy pissing in a bottle on a boat. And his butt. Okay, so all right. So this is what we're gonna see. So this is what that pulls up. Is this dude is just pissing in a bottle over on the side of a boat, and his buddy's just like, what? Like, I don't like so he pisses in a bottle and he dumps it off the side, but he can just jump in the water and just piss in the water. Like,
a lot of effort, dude. A lot of effort.
I feel like homeboy's about to get rocked.
Yep, I don't get it.
That is the definition of intoxicated.
All right, I'm gonna take this game, Ray. I'm gonna make a suggestion, because I like where we're going. But instead of throwing this stuff into Google, next time we do this, pull up one of these AI bots and see what kind of picture it generates. Because I'm seeing that all over my beer Twitter. People just entering in some random words, and the AI robot draws some crazy shit.
How long does that thing take? Let's see. AI
I don't think it
bot
takes long. I think the
So
bots are
drawing
sitting around. They got nothing to do.
All right. So AI bot generator. So let's see. So create. So let's see. Continue with Google, because now I'm interested. If I have to pay for it, I will pay for this right now to do this.
We'll pay for this right now.
Yeah. So all right. So let's see. So my creation. So hit the plus sign. Okay, I get 5 free credits. Okay, cool. So let's create illustration. So we're going to create that. So describe image to generate. So we had what? We had sarcophagus.
Well, let's go new words. Just new words. Danica, what do you got? Go.
All right. Yeah, Danica, what do you got?
Vampire.
Vampire. All right. So vampire.
Ooh,
Jeff,
I
what
like
do you
it.
got?
It's a good start.
Tacos.
Tacos. All right. Vampire tacos. What about you, Jerry?
Bottle cap.
Bottle cap. Bottle cap.
What do you got, Ray?
And I'm going to say donkey.
Nice.
Vampire tacos, bottle cap, donkey. Generate. So it has a little thing on it. It says painting in queue. It can take up to 2 minutes to render your artwork. So while that renders, so I didn't think about that, Jerry. That's a great idea. So
Thanks, buddy.
We're going to start doing it where I pay for an AI generator and we're going to dump that shit into AI and see what comes up, because that's absolutely amazing. So what we're going to do is, while we wait for that to generate, another idea you had, Jerry, that I've done the last 2 episodes is 2 truths and a lie. So we're going to do 2 truths and a lie. So Danica, throw us out 2 truths and a lie, and then we're all going to try to pick what the lie is.
This is tough. Okay. I have a dog named Dexter. I met Vinnie Paul, and I will be a guest on Shiprocked this coming year.
Jeff, what do you think?
I'm gonna go with C. I think C is the fake answer.
Okay. What about you, Jerry?
Yeah, I didn't quite hear the last one, but I'm going with the last one. I'm just thinking I'm trying to follow the facial expressions and thought process. And I'm thinking it took a long time to come up with the last one. So I'm just going to say the last one was the lie.
All right.
Long
I'm
time in
going to
general.
go.
Wasn't prepared at all.
I'm going to go with a dog named Dexter. So what is the lie, Danica?
Well, I totally wish it was true, but the last one, you're right.
Okay.
I'm not good at lying.
All right. So Jeff.
I had a disadvantage. I had Danica before you guys did. So some of the questions I already knew.
We didn't talk about Vinnie Paul, did we? I don't think so.
Yeah, we did. I'll think briefly.
Jeff, 2 truths and a lie.
2 truths and a lie. God, this is hard.
See?
It is. It's got turning to think. I thought I had some too. I had let's see, I had a heart attack. My record for most beers in a sitting was 42. And my favorite color is pink.
All right. I hope that you've never had a heart attack. I'm going to go with heart attack. What about you, Danica?
I'm going to go with the last one. I don't know.
Jerry, what about you? What do you think?
We're picking a lie, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
What was the second one?
Oh, sure. I forgot. Oh,
that's the lie. That's the second one's the lie. I unfortunately think that Jeff has had a heart attack. The pink was quick to come out. So whatever that second thing was, I'm going lie.
The second one is sorry, Ray.
Dude, I'm 2 for 2. I need to join like the
pink.
Jerry, what about you? 2 truths and a lie.
Okay, I was in the Airborne. I've been on ESPN, and I've played in several bands.
I'm going to say Airborne. Jeff, what about you?
I'm going to say ESPN.
Danica,
even though it's sticky, but
we'll go with several bands. I really have no idea.
Jeff, which one is it?
Jerry.
Yeah, he said Jeff. I was like, Jeff,
Oh, I'm
Jeff,
sorry,
now you
Jerry,
have to be
which
me.
one
Now
is
you
it?
have to
I
lie.
know, like, oh my gosh, it's even harder.
Jeff climbs inside my head and says, what was it? No, Danica, what did you think? Did you think they were all lies? Or
No, I said the multiple band one because I have no idea.
oh, the multiple bands. Okay, I got you.
Yeah.
I thought that she said he like made multiple lies. I was like, no, that's cheating. I wouldn't do that.
Just accusing me of being a liar on live television.
Oh, I'm sorry. I got confused. I thought it was one truth and two lies. No.
That game is called the game of life.
Yeah. No, exactly. Airborne.
Okay.
Was not in the Airborne. That's not an Airborne
Man,
unit.
that's cool.
All right, so mine is we once built a 3-dimensional pyramid inside of a strip club. I once wrestled a clown, and I once took a shot of piss. So, Jerry, we're going to start with you. Which one do you?
So many things that I wish you didn't do out of that list, Ray. But sadly, so many things that I could see that you might have actually done. I was gonna go with the last one until I thought, ooh, Ray's been in some bad crowds. That might have happened. So I'm gonna backtrack and pick Didn't Leave with a Clown.
Okay. What
What
about
do
you,
got, Jeff?
Danica?
Yeah.
Well, I'm gonna go eat supper after this, so I'm just gonna go with that piss answer just because I don't want it to be true. But I can't really change what did or didn't happen. So,
Jeff, what about you?
I think I've been on this show enough to know how much you have a hatred for piss. Definitely shot of piss.
It is definitely the shot of piss. I have wrestled a clown, which was Doink the Clown in WWE.
Dude, I was hoping it wasn't the piss, but then I thought, man, Ray's done some stuff.
Pyramid inside of a strip club in West Virginia. It took us 2 hours to construct.
I can see that though. It's fun.
Yeah. All right. So let's see. So what is going on with this?
This AI bot just letting us down.
Okay. So, all right. So it popped up with a few images for this, which is vampire tacos, bottle cap, and donkey. So it has a couple of images. So we're going to pull this up, and this is what is coming up. So that's the first one. So it kind of looks like a little bit of, there's not really much taco, but it does definitely look like a bottle cap.
Wow.
It's like Krampus,
And then there's that one, which is like hellacious.
It's all donkey.
Like,
what else the taco?
And then there's that one, which that's kind of cool. Like
I like it. There's no taco in there.
There's no taco in any of
I
these.
guess, is he holding a taco with what's that in his mouth?
Yeah.
Like, this is just like, I don't understand what AI, why it never says, like, maybe that says taco.
Well, I got to tell you,
AI.
depending on the restaurant, that might be the taco meat. You
know?
You just don't know.
All right, so that's it. So we're gonna do both of these. They're gonna be drop into Google and see what happens, and drop into AI and see what happens. So of course we're starting to get close on time here on YouTube Live, and so Danica, what all do you have coming up? Of course, you do a little bit of everything. So what all is going on with it? And also, what is that? I noticed that. What is that magazine in the background? Like, it looks like, is that you right there in the background with the tank top on and like all that? Like right? Yes, that one right there.
That is a mock-up of a magazine. It is not real.
Okay.
It is of me cosplaying Tifa Lockhart from Final Fantasy.
Oh, nice.
Who's on the right? If you don't mind me. What's the next one over?
That's me as Dark Phoenix in body paint. Yeah.
Oh, all right, very hot. I had a little Fallon Vendetta thing. That's why I was asking. A little bit.
I honestly don't really have a lot coming up. I wish I did, but this year has been crazy busy, and I kind of slowed down a lot of the modeling stuff. So just the radio thing, I think. A hell of a lot of costumes to figure out and plan for both Shiprocked, and then one of our expos will be in like April or May. So
nice. And tell us about Shiprocked. What is Shiprocked exactly?
It is a 6-day cruise that's all rock music, and it's, if you've been on it before, it's almost like a cult or like a family. Pretty much everybody that leaves kind of talks about it a little differently. And
one of these times,
when we can, we don't really shut up about it. So it's amazing. It's phenomenal. The people on it are incredible. The bands, actually, the majority of them all stay on the cruise the whole time. So you're in line getting your breakfast, and like, you're the freaking person that you've listened to for 20 years and idolizes behind you in the buffet line. It's
nice.
That's cool. That's cool. Give us a couple names. I'm excited.
Like Motionless in White has been there a million times. Papa Roach all the time.
Oh my god!
Shit.
Jacoby, he's been there many
Shaddix.
times. Yeah.
Jacoby Shaddix, yeah.
Five Finger Death Punch. Man, Ivan's parents are like
Jesus Christ.
family on the boat.
Parents. Oh my God.
Yeah.
I think actually I noticed your Maria Brink image.
Yeah, she's awesome.
Like down there, and way back when I did Happy Hour TV back in 2011,
Yeah.
we interviewed Maria Brink.
Oh no way!
Yeah, it was at the Uproar Fest. It was when
She's such
In
a
This
sweetheart.
Moment first started, and we were able to interview her. Unfortunately, that was some of the footage that we lost in the. You remember we did the what was it, turkey fryer accidents? That fire that happened, Jeff, when the turkey fryer caught my buddy's house on fire. That was the interview that was lost in season 4 and season 5 of that show. Was
That's
our stuff with
legend.
Maria Brink.
That sucked. Yeah, she's awesome.
Yeah,
That's what I hear,
she's
Danica. I
super
hear
cool.
from a
And
lot of people. She's sweet. She's awesome. She's just always great reviews from people.
Five Finger Death Punch I used predominantly most of my career for entrance theme. I used Hard to See for a good while. I used the non-lyrical version of what is it, the Bleeding.
Yep.
So I used that.
They got a lot of good stuff for sure.
All good entrance music to get yourself, amped up or whatever, and all that stuff. And I think if I were to ever do another match randomly, I would do the Pride from
That's a good
Five
song, too.
Finger, which is good as well. So they do it. There's a lot of cruises I noticed spurting up like that. Like I know Exotica is doing they're doing a cruise now.
Wow.
So like they're doing an Exotica cruise. They did the first one this summer. Chris
not know about
Jericho does the rock and wrestling thing, which it's like Fozzy, which is the band, and a couple of other bands, and then they do like a wrestling show, and they're on sea for like a whole week with wrestling shows. You can hang out with the wrestlers and all that shit. So that's a big thing now, is doing those rock cruises and all that stuff, because it's so small. You can only go so far on a cruise ship, so you're bound to run into.
Well, I don't know if the other ones come up with, the same thing as what Shiprock does, but even down to the people who run it, like the owners, the people who are working the whole thing, they're like an absolute part of the family. Like everybody kind of knows everybody when you show up. I don't know if that happens in every other cruise or if it's just kind of a thing, but I mean, every different night there's theme nights, there's costumes, there's contests, events. Like I don't know, it's just so much more than a cruise.
So they do costumes. So I guess you've gone before, you've done costumes. What costumes have you done at Shipwrecked?
I have done a few. It kind of depends like what they pick for their themes, I guess. I did Akasha from Queen of the Damned, obviously.
Okay.
I think I did Poison Ivy one night.
Oh, nice.
There was one where we had to do like kind of like a fancy Renaissance outfits. What else have there been? There's been lots. There's a lot.
Oh.
Do you have any? Can you spoil any that you want to do this year?
Yes.
I thought about potentially doing Megan from the horror one.
Oh, all right. I like that.
Cool one.
Maybe. But I don't really know. I'm super, super undecided. This is probably like one of my favorite years for themes. It's all Halloween and vampires and dark and
Halloween is my favorite holiday. So so much to the fact that we went to Salem one year for Halloween.
Wow.
It was awesome. If you've never been, definitely go. If you get a chance to go to Salem on Halloween, go. It is fucking insane. Absolutely insane. So what we're going to do, we're going to go ahead. We're going to conclude our episode here on YouTube Live, Roku, and the Fire TV. Danica, can we have you hang out for a second once we conclude?
Yeah, of course.
Awesome. So what we're going to do, we're going to go ahead and finish up here. Of course, Jerry, Jeff, do you guys have anything coming up? Of course, Jerry does the Share a Pint podcast. Jeff, of course, you have the Yo Show. Jerry, what all is going on with you, my man?
Not much right now, my friend. Just kind of coming off the trip from Egypt and
Egypt high.
Exactly. Just kind of living that out. So
nice. What about you, Jeffrey?
Coming up, we have Tuesday, December 5th, one of my all-time favorite local artists. Wow, that was a tough one. Laura Cheadle will be with this. And Tuesday, December 12th, JC Clark.
Okay, shout out JC Clark, of course.
Love JC Clark.
Light Divided. They were our entrance theme, our intro theme there for a good while. We use Radio Silence here on the show. Of course, right now it's Creatures by Roses on Red, and that will roll over again this January. We keep our intros every 6 months, and then we roll them over to a different song from a local band. So, of course, we're going to be back here again next Friday, right here on YouTube Live. For those of you watching us on delay on Roku and Fire TV, we will be back next week. Our featured guest will be Tiana Blow. Tiana Blow will be joining us right here on the show, and it will be myself and whoever the fuck else decides they want to join me on this show, because that's the way it is. Of course, Matt unfortunately had to leave the show. So, that was a huge loss. It hurt, but it happens. Make sure you go get some of our merchandise. This is our last year's Thanksgiving shirt. It is myself, Socrates and Blood. Of course, we were the War Pigs and Bobby Starr on the front. Doing a parody version of a 1993 Survivor Series poster. Make sure you go out and pick that up. It is cranberry color for Thanksgiving, so make sure you go out to pick up one of those. Also on YouTube, we have a tier system. Make sure you join our little tier system on YouTube. The highest perk is $24, which gets you any item you want out of our merch store, and it gives you an opportunity to come join us for about 15 or 20 minutes on any episode of your choosing. So let's say in the future, if we have Danika back or any other countless guests, it will give you the opportunity to be able to come on, talk with us, and talk with the guests, as long as you're respectful and you're not weird, because then I'm just keeping your $24 and you're out of here. So, but no, make sure you go over and do that. And, once again, thank you for everybody tuning into the Happy Hour podcast. We will see you guys next time on the HHPod.